All right, make sure when you turn in your final draft that you guys make sure it's an MLA formatting with Times New Roman, 12-point font, double space, with the correct heading and header, and a title. Whenever you're referring to the play, for example here in your hook, make sure that you are italicizing the play every time. You say this phrase, traditional gender roles perpetuate violence. It's very repeated throughout your whole introduction. So we need to mix up our syntax a little bit, diversify it, so it's not quite so redundant. Make sure we're embedding our evidence. And whenever we have our citation, make sure that period is after the citation. So you're going to move the period to after the parentheses. And make sure that you're always capitalizing the J in Juliet. And you do not need to italicize the rest of the citation. And make sure it looks like this. So it should be Romeo and Juliet, but make sure Romeo and Juliet is italicized. Act number, scene number, and line. So 95 through 103, like that. But make sure that this is italicized. I notice you've highlighted benefit because it is a little redundant. And can reconsider your diction with words like bad. Choose a little bit more complex diction. Between chunks, make sure to add a transition and embed your evidence. And again, make sure that our citation is correct and that our punctuation is outside the citation. And don't forget those closed parentheses after flesh. So the word affected is actually spelled with an A, because whenever it's a verb, it's affected, versus if it's a noun effect, then you use an E. Make sure you always capitalize proper nouns like Romeo. Make sure we're transitioning between body paragraphs. Good embedding here. Again, make sure you don't italicize the remainder of the citation, just the play title. Don't address the reader directly with you. Rephrase that to avoid the use of you. So you mentioned foreshadowing in your concluding sentence, but did not do so in your topic sentence, nor did you do so in your commentary, so I'm a little bit confused by that. If this focus of this paragraph is about foreshadowing, that needs to be consistent throughout your commentary and your topic sentence. Always capitalize Shakespeare, he's a proper noun. Whenever you're doing attribution, with embedding like you did here, make sure you have a comma after says, and move that punctuation to after the citation, and again, make sure your citations look the same throughout each paragraph. Capitalize Romeo, proper noun. Same thing for Juliet. There it is again. Separate the word each other. Those are two separate words. Let's get rid of that apostrophe in says and make sure to add a comma after says and move the citation, or excuse me, use the period after the citation. Correct your citation so it looks like we did before in that example with the play italicized. Capitalize Romeo. Let's avoid weak diction like bad. Choose a stronger synonym. Good commentary. Make sure italicizing the play title. Excellent relevance. Okay, nice job, guys.